Very warm welcome to the second video of today, Wednesday the 24th of September, and we have a lot of things going on at the moment. Do check out the Tropical Outlook that was released mid-afternoon today. Have a couple of little updates on the information that was shared a couple of hours ago because it was pre-recorded back early this morning. But we continue to see the snow cover within the far high latitudes of Asia continuing to expand, and that is quite clear to see. Very little in the way of snow cover anywhere across North America at the moment, but obviously this is what you would expect, but kind of just sniffs a little bit of quicker than normal, and also we're seeing temperatures colder than normal. These were minimum temperatures, I believe it was this morning, were not that far off -20 in some parts of northern Siberia, where we're seeing snow growing, and this is just something that we're going to continue to watch as we go through the next several weeks or so. But we do have, like I say, a lot of things going on at the moment here. While the Azores are under a hurricane warning, we did see one super typhoon, Ragasa, move into through the Philippines and Taiwan. This part of the world has actually experienced 25 Category 5 equivalent typhoons in the past 80 years, so it is a real hotbed for tropical cyclones. It's the most hit part of the world anywhere, and we did see a major typhoon sweep through Philippines, the little islands in the Luzon Sound that essentially separates Taiwan with the Philippines, and then now we've seen it moving onshore into China. These were the scenes in Hong Kong as Ragasa passed just to the south of the major metropolitan area, home to 75 million people in Guangdong province. So very, very impressive indeed. Skip back, you can see the waves coming through these doors here. This is a video shared by Channel 4 News on Twitter. And we've obviously seen the landfall of this system as well. So this is from Back Perch Weather earlier on, a Category 3 equivalent system passing just to the south. Notice how the eye essentially closes up just as it's coming on shore. It's kind of hitting these islands here just off the Chinese coast. So it was rapidly weakening as it moved onshore, but obviously you've got all that energy of wind, wave, and rainfall to contend with. So major impacts in China here, just to the south of the greater Hong Kong area, but obviously major impacts through Hong Kong itself. So as already explained, hurricane warning is now in effect for the entire archipelago of the Azores. Landfall is expected during the course of Friday, and it'll be interesting to see just how much impact this system will have on this region of the world. So we've got obviously winds now down to 110 miles per hour, so still a significant system. We've got a 90% chance and an 80% chance of development with two features here. One just to the east of Puerto Rico and another out over the western portion of the main development region here. So interesting things going on. If we look at this chart here of the GFS model, we've now got the high pressure centered over southern Norway and Sweden. So we do have a little bit of flow coming around the western flank of the high, but another clear skies, light wind regime tonight will provide some fairly cold overnight temperatures. Incidentally, these were the minimums this morning, so we did see a frosty night across the north. Here at Vogan Weather HQ, I'll get there, we did see a temperature down to 1.2 Celsius, which surpasses my previous September minimum of 1.5 set back a couple of years ago. So a new September record for cold here at the house. It'll be interesting to see if we get any lower than that during the course of tonight. But with the higher pressure, with the lighter winds overall, we're seeing the temperatures fluctuate. This is classic. We see it in spring, we see it in autumn, where you've got a strong enough sun at this time of the year that we see temperatures responding very nicely. So cold by night, pleasantly mild, if not even warm by daytime. And these are the kind of temperatures we're talking about. Upper teens in the southeast, upper teens even in parts of the north as well. So we've got a fairly uniform temperature profile across the UK as well as Ireland as well. Generally 13 to about 17 Celsius across Ireland and Northern Ireland. If we look out at the continent, we have this vast contrast, temperatures in single figures across parts of West and South Germany, into parts of central France again. Remember how warm it was here just 4 or 5 days ago. And even across the north of Iberia, we're only talking about upper teens. Temperatures peaked back in the upper 20s, southwestern Spain and Portugal. We've got the low 30s across parts of Greece and Turkey. But again, very, very cool air that is now developing across Europe. It'll be interesting to see under clear skies how cold the temperatures get. Do we have some local records, for example? Possible. But let's have a look at the GFS model here and play it through. And you can see here the high, fairly strong at 1034, centered over southern Sweden. We've got a little bit of an easterly flow across, the central swathe of Europe here, extending into the UK. So that obviously the air mass itself is not as cold as it once was, but we've got this high pressure situation that provides radiational cooling to take place at night time, and then some decent sunny mild conditions by daytime. There is at the very edge of the chart Hurricane Gabrielle, and as you can see, this is the islands here of the Azores. And as we play through the loop, you can see this system crosses right over the islands, and then continuing to see the shield of high pressure actually becoming a little touch stronger over the Baltic region here. But you can see here there's a frontal system trying to move in to the UK and Ireland, and then at this point in time we are seeing Gabrielle moving into Iberia here as a post-tropical system. Have a weak area of low pressure that is edging into the UK, but it becomes weakened by the presence of the high that is now shifted up towards northwestern Russia, if you notice here. But generally speaking, high pressure will remain dominant as we essentially end this month, and then as we step into the month of October, we're going to start to see changes taking place. You notice here that we start to see a bit more energy within the Atlantic flow, and eventually that is going to, what looks like, it's going to replace our settled conditions with something more unsettled. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and I'll be back again tomorrow with more. Bye for now.